Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome everyone. So everybody can hear me? Let me check something. Let me check if there's no noise actually about everybody here. Let me check. So welcome everybody to my YouTube channel, guys. I'll talk about manifestation. I'll talk about mysticism, mysticism, guys. I think. All right, guys. So yeah, guys, manifestation, guys. You see, the secret, right? The secret, law attraction. There's something going on right now. The law attraction, the secret, all this thing, right? And for me, like, it's the same thing, guys. Law attraction, the secret, it's the same thing. Quantum drop is the same thing. What you do, it's simple. The rules of it is what? Just focus on something that you really want to experience. And it's not logical. It's simple. It's very simple, guys. But the reason why sometimes it's feel uncomfortable because of programming, because of you've been programmed for since you're a child, to believe you're powerless, to believe only action can have effect in reality. That's the main belief. They make you believe only your action have effect on reality. But it's not. Your thought, your emotion have effect on reality. The way you think is the main basic of it. But they make you think action. And they make you think there's something in the external actually control you. They make you believe that no, some external stuff, some external force have power over you. I think as I'm gonna have to wear my microphone, guys. Yeah, I know there's some there's some noise. Actually, the microphone is easy to cancel the noise. All right. Actually, there's a lot of noise. No. Hello from Malia. Where are you from, bro? I'm from. I'm living in America right now. But actually, I'm from Haiti. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me one quick second. I'm gonna get a microphone. Eh, ubat chat lah. Ubat chat lah. Gada lah buat apa tadi. Betul lah. All right, all right, guys. All right, guys. I'm back. So I'm gonna use that microphone, and I know it's gonna work for sure because I want to cancel some noise, guys. So actually, I'm in Florida right now. I was in North Carolina, but I was supposed to come like in Florida more late, but I come early because there's an emergency stuff going on, so I have to come. The cat, yeah, she was there. She actually, my assistant for today. She's my assistant for the day. So Empress, so I want to tell me your thought about Dr. Joe Dispenza. What you think about Dr. Dispenza and your experience with his work, and actually why he teach you. Isabel, hey Isabel, how are you, Isabel? Guys, a lot of live, a lot of live stream. Hey Nico, how are you, Nico? How are you? What do you think about manifestation? A lot of live stream. Me in my live stream right now, I'm gonna ask people question a lot too. Nice leg. What? Is not my leg? That's my arms. Where you from, Nico? Doctor just very amazing. Okay, okay, okay. So what do you think about his work? What do you think about his work? Like Bella Cavita. Hey, what's up, Bella? I'm gonna ask right now. I'm gonna start to ask people question a lot on my YouTube channel right now. I learned that one master self before creating anything if you want to want long term. Yes, that's true. That's true. Because I don't want people to see myself as a goal, okay? I'm here to ask in questions. I'm here to learn from everybody too. All right. So it's gonna be Bella. Hey Bella, what do you think about manifestation? Do you know that term manifestation? You can co-create your own reality. What's for do? Oh, I play basketball. I play basketball. I love to play basketball. But also, I'm talking about a lot mysticism because I'm very deep in the mysticism. I Yeah, sorry, the cat guys. What type of sport you play too? Damn. Oh my goodness. So yeah, and what I learned also about Dr. Dispenza is someone like you cannot make excuses. And Abdullah too. Abdullah, what do you think about Abdullah Empress? What do you think? Anybody family that name Neville Garden Abdullah? Because the character is not the story, is the character behind that story you have to understand. Like the mindset, the type of mindset they have. And those guys, Abdullah was someone very extreme. Like for me, Abdullah was someone, man, you cannot make excuses, man. To learn with that guy, you don't play. And especially, some other bit research I made in Abdullah was a rabbi, black rabbi, and Abdullah was deep, in the power within. So, and those time was quote unquote racism stuff, and that man able to go everywhere he want to go, and that inspired me. I said, what the fuck, like the power we have. It's just something happened to me yesterday before I take my airplane. I got coffee, somebody poured your coffee on me and my pen. So when you're in by the state of amazingness, you're in that state. Yeah, that still look good. People tell me you look good, you look sexy. And when people say, what happened to us? I said, that's a star. They say, oh, that look good. And they think for real that was a star. They think for real like that's the star I made because that I was have fun with people, guys. I was have fun with people, you know. And that you see that, guys. I was actually the coffee was on me, that part and that part. And guess what, guys? I still look good. Why? Because I embody that state. It doesn't matter. So that's something I learned from Abdullah. That's something I learned differently from Abdullah. Like it doesn't matter what happened to you. Like, I got people tell me I look good, look fresh, and I got coffee upon me, guys. And actually, it looked like a star for real. It looked like a design. This part in my right side, my pants, and that side, So yeah, and also it match the coffee. That's when I take the picture. Is the energy behind everything you do? It doesn't matter the way you look. It's the energy behind everything you do. It's the energy. Like the moment you end by the state of energy, like everything gonna happen to gonna make you good, no matter what. The energy. That's the power we have. Why you say lol? I'm serious. And Abdullah, that's something I learned from Abdullah. Like, say his mindset. You cannot make excuses. That man was a cycle. That man, you cannot make excuses. And right now, that's the way I am with myself and so many things because that's the reason why I go to kill my ego and so many things. No excuses to kill all my fear. To kill all of it, everything, guys. Like I say, guys, Abdullah was someone very straight. I don't know why they don't put a book about him. And Dr. Dispenza is someone actually you cannot make excuses to because it's sure everything is possible. If someone can wiggle the tissue, can do this, someone does this, Everything is out there, so you cannot make excuses. Right? He say that. He say in this age right now, nobody can make excuses, and this because there's so much information. In this age right now, people actually choose to not experience the best. That's why I said it's not my way. That's why I said, yeah, that's true. And because there's so much proof. Like right now, I have so much confidence and bonus, and people call me, "What are you doing for a job?" I'm a mistake. I'm a mistake. What? I said I'm a mistake. And sometimes I refer what I do, and also I refer and show. I say, okay, if you don't believe me, the power within. So actually, you have to be who can listen. You have never got his old lecture. You have Dr. Dispenza. Go listen to this guy. Go see the testimonial and scientific proven. You're gonna see it. So no excuses. No excuses. Handle cock sleep. Man, oh, what? Oh, sorry guys. I said cock. What's up? What's up? How are you? How you been? Welcome to my live stream. Here I talk about the power of within. Here I talk about manifestation. I talk about mysticism. How you can get everything you want. September is your birthday is this in September? I. And also, guys, doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. Like, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm very happy. That's number one thing. When you know your true power, your true essence, you got because you know who you are. Like, example, when that coffee poured me, I was laughing. She was shocked. I said, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "That's okay. Stuff happened, but I mean, I still look amazing." And she was laughing again. When you have the type of energy, guys, like you know the external power over you, man. Like no matter what happens, you're gonna always, and that's true. You're gonna always be good. And some people say, "Man, art, yeah." But no, people tell me, like, and now people say, "What happened to?" I say, that's an art, that's a star." And I said, "No, no, no, I'm just kidding. Actually, I got coffee for myself." Yeah, I believe that's true. And when you know yourself, when you know who you are, man, like everything change. Even for a job too. When you're in that state of greatness, you embody it. You don't care about the external event. And something people afraid of. It's just like they try to know the right information, the right step. No, just be, and you can take the right step. Just be, focus on yourself, and become one with that energy. You're gonna take the right step. You don't have to worry about it because I got someone, Empress, actually find a job and his work environment is just like embody meditation, all those things unconsciously. Why? Because you attract who you are by focus in that inner self, by focus in that state. They're gonna lead you. I'm serious, guys. That's the reason why I learned that from Abdullah. Abdullah tell you, hey, the moment you are it, and by example, when Diamond always from the Abdullah was someone from the elite, big actress, big actor. He was a black man, fully respect, big respect, and color doesn't matter too. That's something I learned about Abdullah, about those law and Neville. Color doesn't matter, where you come from doesn't matter. The best thing to do is just be what you're supposed to be. That's the only thing you have to do. Just be what you're supposed to be, and it doesn't matter the title, guys. And close the door, close the door, close the door. I know people. I know some people here is nosy. They try to send my glasses. What's going on? I know some people are very nosy. Uh huh. I know some people are very nosy. Yeah, guys. So yeah, those guys actually changed my whole perception about reality, what is possible, and that's the reason why I'm really. That's why. That's the reason why there's so many things I don't care anymore. I don't care about the external anymore. I don't care about the external because when I'm focused from within, I always do the right thing. I know I have to know the right information. I'm serious, guys. It doesn't matter what's going on in front of me. Nope, doesn't matter. I'm gonna have that experience that I really want to experience. And you have to take to be that way. You have to take accountability. To be that way, you have to actually let go of. And that's what I learned from Abdullah. Abdullah said, "Hey, no excuses. Never older in Barbados." It's the same thing about Dr. Spencer about his children because Dr. Spencer made his children manifest like shopping spree, um manifest to go in Italy, and have a job, have a job. And Dr. Smith type of guy, like when his kids, like he said that one of his kids call, ask for money. He say, "Hey, I want to help you, but we made a deal. You tell me you don't want to manifest that, and that's the way I'm gonna be with my children, and I start to be with kids that way too. You know, everybody can hear me right now. Yes, focus on what you want to experience. Yes, that's the thing. And Dr. Dispenza do that a lot. He make his children manifest what they want. They make a deal. You say, "Hey, deal. What you want in the summertime, especially in the summertime." And that's the best way to teach people or to teach anybody is first be the example for yourself. They can see the truth in you because kids they're very smart. They don't try to make some excuses. Okay, and that's the way I'll do with my sibling, my little brother and my sister, right? And certain student I have, and with somebody I really love. She's a female too. I love her a lot. And so that's the reason why. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I remember one day my little sister needs something, right? And there's actually a project I was working on it, but I was not successful. I was not making any progress or success. And I tried to give her advice. She said, "Hey, you cannot tell me anything because actually you don't do this. You cannot do it." I said, "Oh wow, okay." And guess what, guys? I spent like it was actually something hard in the physical to make it happen. You know what I did? I double it. I manifest that extra more because to get on the ass. Oh, guys, that's the way I am, guys. I always because to be because kids they're very smart. They're gonna always find something to sneak because they look at you what you're doing. So you have to be the example every day, and that's something like make me the example every day, like for kids, because I want my kids to be proud of me. I want to be my kids see my accomplishment, and to be the example. And I learned that from my father figure too. And that man, I remember when he actually when you get mad, he actually tap us. And he said, "No excuses. You have to repeat that all the time. No excuses. No excuses. No excuses. No excuses. No, you have to repeat it all the time." And that's the reason why you have to be the example first all the time. And then that's the reason why I take in my YouTube, I go step by step. I want people to see the example of my life, what I'm doing. People see my growth, like Dr. Dispenza, like Neville God Abdullah. Be an example of something more important, guys. That's the way you can inspire other people. And that's why I tell people, like, if people are really care about them, people are really care about them, people are really care about them a lot, I always tell them that if they need an example, I can give them an example. If they make too much excuses. And somebody got like, should I ask you an example? I'm gonna give you some example. And like I said, guys, is there excuses? You can for me, I'm aware there's also struggle from the old self. I'm aware of it. I love when people have courage. Yeah, I know some people that have a lot of courage, even the struggle, everything hard with the old self. Man, every day they get better. Every day they get better. You're gonna grow, you know. But when people make excuses, like I got, like I said, my sister, she was making a lot of excuses, and I learned that from those excuses, I able like to make his kids in certain position, like example, and I did that for myself. Once the time I have a lost some money, I blew up the whole money for good reason. You know why? To see who I am, how I can create my own reality. And guess what? I get back again. I got more, and that fear of losing is gone. Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm able to help people. They can lose everything, and I can make them get back again and get more better if they actually want. They're also like you cannot force someone. They absolutely want to change. After they're willing to change too. You know, they're saying certain client give them the money. Sometimes they don't want the change. They love to stay in that old story. I cannot do that for you, bro. Like I cannot force you. You know, only for my school, even for my school, like when I'm gonna do after like 10 years, I don't know, it can be more early than that. You have to be able to manifest five, actually not big stuff, but society gonna say big. You have to be able to have this five and to get in my school. Why? Because I want you to be aware of your own power to not make any excuses to actually grow. Yes, my school is gonna be extreme, very extreme. But mentally, I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna put you on production. I'm gonna put you in. You have to be able to make. You have to be the one actually influence the external, not the external influence. You have to be greater than your environment. You have to be that person, and you have to be that person no matter what you go, no matter the environment you are. You're gonna be the one actually control all that. So that's the willpower within because you take accountability for yourself. And most people don't want to take accountability for themselves. And that's the reason why I be the example every day. Oh yeah. And I have time for that. I create time for that to be the example every day. I remember what was one of mine about money. Yeah, stop that, bro. Stop. He said, why? I said, bro, I'll prove you so many times what you can do. So stop complaining about money, please. Because why not making fucking excuses? You don't truly believe in your power within. I said, bro, I lose my job, multiple times and I got a new job, and sometime some guys, that's something about me. Who does knowledge my journey, I show people everywhere I will struggle. Close people, they know. Some of them watching the live right now, they know. They know. Some of them watch, you know, my live stream right now. And I know some of them, most of them, I inspire them a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, because I show them everything is possible, and that's the reason why sometimes again they cannot come in my mind talk, complain. I say, boy, please, because they know, guys, they know, they see, and I tell them what I'm gonna do. Like I got, I got some like friends, four friends like them. Those guys see all, and I put my system. I remember Jeffrey tell me, man, you crazy. Why do all those things? You crazy. I say, bro, for good reason. For good reason. To kill all my ego, the fear, the scarcity. He said, why you do how you just yourself, man? Go that way more simple. I said, nope. I'm gonna go the hard way. And why? Because for him right now, you know what is possible. For me also, I know what is possible. That's why you have to do. Sometimes you have to do crazy stuff to stretch the belief to say, there's more possibility than that. I remember one day when I make them meet a lot of celebrity. I'll say, hey bro, like we're gonna meet a lot of celebrity. I was sick in that moment. And unconsciously, we go to the Hard Rock Casino and boom, you meet Jake Paul, you meet a lot of celebrities, we take picture, everything. They were shocked. Even sometime with female. I don't know if his wife, if his wife watching the live too. But when Jeffrey was not married, me and him like we go out with and tell you know what, bro, you're gonna meet all those, and that happened, and why? Because um that's the best way. Like everything like society tells you is impossible, I make it possible. And not once, multiple times. That man said, why don't go all the big way? Why don't try to? And I said, no, let me go because the worst, the best is gonna be easy for me. I remember, yes, you do. I remember like when I was right, and even in person, I make have that same experience too. When I first teacher, like I say, hey, we're gonna actually experience a private party, and a lot of somebody gonna be there. Boom, same thing. Why do all those things? Why do all those difficult things? Why? Because my ego is dead, no fear at all. Why the external can be crazy? I'm gonna still experience the best of the best. Why? Because there's so many things people tell you. There's a rules. Oh, you have to be that way. You have to make. Okay, let's say example, right? All the experience I have. It was when I was in Miami, I basically something like that place is only celebrity, like rich people, billionaire, a lot of rich guys live there. Big actor, Drake, Rick Ross, and that place have a lot of, that place, that old that mafia, Al Capone. Al Capone actually have a house there, right? He's not here anymore. This old house, right? And I tell myself I'm gonna be in those places. Like, and you can ask anybody, like my close friend Jeffrey, you can ask them. They say, bro, why don't focus attract money, but why you want to be so big? Even I say, bro, I want to experience to see I'm the rules of everything. And that moment, guys, I got only $40 on my checking account, and my saving was probably like 1K. And I go in a place actually, the area is $1 billion, but because the house, because it's a community gate. And then where I enter, guys, it was like a VIP. Because actually, unconsciously, I become a good friend of somebody I know, Nick Kedon. He's very good in real estate, and he sell like luxurious, like thousand, $90 million. One day I post him on IG, people see it and say, we were close friends. We all manifest, believe in power within too. And he tell me, yo, bro, like, I remember you tell me one day you want to visit there. I said, yeah, I want to visit there. I said, okay, man, come in. I said, come in. He said, yes, come in, bro. And I got funny. You have to have network to go and to be there because it's actually is a. Bro, I got $40 in my bank account. I was working at Amazon, guys. And the way I got inside, guys, was what's your name? Pierre. Opened the gate. And with my Acura. And I see Ferrari, Rolls Royce, Bentley inside. And people waving, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I said, what the fuck? Sorry, guys. And I understand, like, you all the rules and everything is possible. It doesn't matter what your bank account. It doesn't matter what's going on right now. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your skin color. The willpower is within you. God, morning. Good morning, Jonathan Forrest. And praise the subconscious mind. You have to do it. And guess what, guys? I got in. But something I was built, guys. I was building experience for myself because when I'm gonna coach people, when I got expose myself, so I have in my mind, I have experience. I experience from a soul level. So my energy is more chill and relaxed because I know what I'm doing. What I'm saying is real. Because I'm not a philosopher anymore. I'm actually a master, for real. philosopher to initiate and to master. Initiation, 5 years of education, experience, right? And right now, master. Ah, the master is it was the ego I have to kill. The ego. To kill my ego. And to fully trust the invisible. And the mastering part is also when the external talk shit about you and to stay grounded and to keep focused what you're doing. Energy don't need physical money to make you experience the poverty. Yes. And also you don't have to have any title, guys, to experience stuff for money. That's a big bullshit lie. You have to be this to experience that. That's bullshit. I'm serious, guys. That's what they pull. Like, I'm serious. I'm really serious, guys. I'm that ass. I'm that ass, guys. I'm really serious. People think, okay, people actually think life is like it's only one way. That's bullshit. Like that. The people think life is only one way. Oh, to have that experience, oh, you have to be a doctor. You have to be this. You have to be that. No, you're not only one way, bro. You know how many people get rich from different way? You know what people gonna say because of luck? No, bro. It's not because of luck. It's not because of luck. There's people actually rich guys, and they just, a family member give them money. Probably they do something good for somebody, and I would say they use that money. Guys, there's so many ways to get rich. But the best thing to do is what? Tune to that state. That's your job. There's so many ways people can get famous, guys. There's not only one way. People think life is only one way. And the moment you see your life as is only one way to experience this. Oh, to experience this, to have that vacation, I have to save this. Let's say, okay, the external crumble right now. What are you gonna do? Let's say, example, you lose a job. So right now, because you lose your job right now, you have to be homeless? No, bro. Come on. No. And I put myself in the situation too. Oh yeah. And I keep experiencing the good stuff. And I said, oh man, the external is a lie. That's true. The external is a pure lie. So that's mean like right now, if the government will tell you right now that job is not actually require like a degree anymore and its value go lower. So right now we're gonna lose faith in it. Say, oh my god, no, no. And that's why I tell people to experience happiness, you have to know who you are. Because from that, when your whole external, when your whole happiness, when your whole everything is based off the external, when the external start to crumble, because the external always shift, lack of happiness, anxiety. So your foundation, my friend, where you have your foundation, the foundation. The foundation is the best thing ever. So if your foundation is from the external, you cook. You cook. And when your foundation is within you, no matter what happens, you're gonna guys, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. There was a lady when I was working at Amazon, my second time to go back to Amazon, but it was in Tamarack, not in Miami, right? That lady, like she have a lot of faith a lot, and she was sick, and for so many guys, she showed me all the picture, guys. I'm serious, and she was sick, and she cannot go at work, right? She does a job, everything. She was making good money, everything. She was working at CSA airport, everything, right? And she have a stroke because she was overworking. She's supposed to be like have a car payment, guys. Like payment is car, like because you do a payment car and buy so much faith, guys. And when she called from the dealership, they said no, everything's already paid. And she showed me the paper. Actually, she missed money. She's supposed to be paid. That the payment was not done. I said, oh my God. And we're talking about, like me, I was talking about the science of it. But she was more about deep in spirituality, guys. And she tell me since that day she changed. Like she know no matter what happened, she's gonna always take care of because the power within. Faith, guys. And that's true. You know that, do you know that lady? Anything can happen in 3 days. She's gonna always have a car, she's gonna always, his rent gonna be paid, his payment, his car, his house. She's gonna do everything. She's gonna travel, have the best life. Me, anything can happen to 3D. My 3D right now can be humble. Everything I want to do, I'm gonna do it. That's power. That's power. That's actually waking. Right? That's the moment you wake in the matrix. No matter what happened in that 3D, you're still good. That's the real power. That actually waking up from the matrix because you understand the corporate of your own reality. That's the real power. Yes, you are the rules. You are the rules. And Neville showed that multiple times. Neville showed that multiple times. For the army stuff, going to Barbados. That's the reason why you don't talk. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything, guys. Let's say example, guys. All right. I take the airplane multiple times, right? When I was up there, the cloud, guys, the ocean, the tree, nature. So everybody trusts the pilot, but nobody can trust God. Actually, God made all things, and God is in you. So actually, you can trust the pilot, and that higher power you cannot trust it. And you need all that system to be alive: water, sun, tree, weather. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. And that's the reason why I said, damn, like, that's the reason why I my foundation is in God. Not just say it, but really mean it. Not just say it to say it, but really mean it. You're gonna see it in my eyes and my action. People are gonna see it in my eyes, my action. It's because of your energy, yeah. People are gonna see it in my eyes and my action. So you got the most crazy stuff to imagine, guys. If it was human, actually, guys, nature is a complex, right? Nature is a complex, but there's an invisible force actually make everything set up. Okay, tell me one day. Just tell me there's something going on with the sun, something bad going on with the sun. Tell me one day that actually the system of the sun not working. Tell me, or shut down, or something happened in the sun. Never, never, ever. So how someone don't believe in the higher power? If you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in the higher power too. Okay, because the higher power is in you. And actually, that how it work. Where you place your attention, where you place your focus. Because God have no favoritism. Nope. God have no favoritism. If you choose yourself to experience the best, you're gonna experience the best. If you choose yourself to experience amazing stuff, you're gonna experience amazing. Not only one day, like people don't understand, like one day, couple of weeks, and boom, no, for the rest of your life. Not one day, not a couple of weeks, for the rest of your life. Even like for 1 week, 2 weeks, you're gonna see the side effect of it. You're gonna see the side effect. You're gonna see the side effect no matter what. Even for one day, you're gonna have the side effect. We work by faith, not yes. You have to work by faith. Like look at nature, man. That complex system. Be one with the creator. Yes, it's very amazing and powerful. Be one with it. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Become one with that energy. Like guys, everything is possible, guys. But I'm here to tell you guys one thing. If I'm really honest, everything, most thing you know about life was a lie. Yep, we've been lied to. Yep. I say, but I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show by proof, and I'm gonna be the example of it that we've been lied. A lot of people start to do it. A lot of people start to do it, but everything we know was a lie, guys. And most of the thing, guys, the most foundation of reality, the way you explain it, it was a lie. And I'm gonna prove it, guys. People are gonna see it. Yep. Do it every day, trust God. Yes. Yes. And actually, God is in you. And I'm gonna show like all the rules, all those things was a imitation. I'm gonna prove it by my YouTube channel. I'm gonna prove it in my own personal life. I'm gonna prove it in my community. I'm gonna prove it by with my community, guys. And a lot of people start doing it too. Not only me doing it, but doctors, a lot of people doing it. We've been lying. The working hard part was a big lie. Working hard was a big lie. Fight with life was a big lie. And I was actually start to believe in those lies. How you how you can fight with life, man? It's impossible to fight with life. You can align yourself with life. Life is why not I'm talking about it. I just thought. But I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it, guys. No, and before I go, guys, since I was a child, I was my biggest um purpose in life was actually understand life. That's the reason why people see me like really focus. I give myself hard experience to actually understand life, to actually test what everybody say. And my conclusion, guys, the pause within is the real thing. That's the number one thing, guys. If you don't have it, I don't care what you do, guys. It doesn't matter what you do, what you're doing. If you don't have it, you're gonna be exhausted in this life. That's my conclusion, guys. And I make today is what time? Today is April 22, 2026, 10:37. I'm gonna say again. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. The moment you know the power within, you're gonna feel exhausted. Happiness is gonna be hard for you because they tell you to look from the action to find happiness or to have something. And the law of this reality to show you is a illusion, everything was changing. Okay? That's the way actually God show you is not the action is not real. But we keep looking for it all the time. Chasing. Chasing is a bullshit. I'm serious, guys. It's a lie. Chasing what? So you come to chase? God already made everything for you. Even naturally there for you. You chasing to breathe? Let me breathe. You chasing those things? Guys, the most essential thing to live, God already made everything. Everything was the plan. There's no way to have a lack of water. There's no way to have a lack of water. Trust me. The water part, get back in the cloud. There's no way. Okay. There's no way to have a lack of water. There's no way to have a lack of food. We've been lying. But I'll tell you something, guys. Anybody don't know the power within, happiness is gonna be very hard to find because you're gonna react all the time from the external event because you know who you are. And I'm serious. Am I concluding my journey? Oh, nature. You know, that's the thing I was actually focused on. Know myself. Know who I am. How your foundation is based on a job. Anytime you lose your job, you can have still have a job. But doesn't matter what's going on in your job, you're gonna always have the same lifestyle. That's the power you have to have. No matter what happened, I'm gonna still have the same lifestyle, even more than that. That's the moment you're gonna be happy because you know your true essence, create reality, and that's the moment you're gonna have peace. And that's what I was looking for a long period of time, and that this knowledge, peace. If I have a business right now, I don't care because I know who I am. I'm gonna go back to and get more than that because I understand the law of reality. I understand the principle of reality. I understand how reality works. I understand, guys. I'm somewhere, like example, guys. I'm using a smartphone, so I know how to use a smartphone. So actually, I'm somewhere I don't know how to. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the cloud is. I don't know what it is. I don't. I don't know. Come on.
Just school, work, boom, dead. School, very quick, boom, dead. And I don't know anything about myself. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know who I am. I don't know why my soul is. I don't know. Come on, come on. Nature show us, um, nature show us that God is the creator of everything. Yes, you can. You came here to live your way and self-discovery. Yeah. So why I'm somewhere I don't know anything about myself and expect happiness and expect success and expect like no, like I don't know anything about myself. You have to know about yourself. You have to understand who you are. You have to understand why you have a soul. You have to understand why. You have to know those things. And that was my big focus. Understand who I am before actually I touch something in my life. Before I make some decision in my life. And why not find who I am? Why not okay? And why not start to touch everything I want to touch in my life? Because I know who I am. Know thyself is the streamer point, guys. Manifestation is know thyself because you create your own reality, the good and the bad. But you have to know who you are. So when you know who you are, you understand your power, you understand who you are, it's gonna be easy to manifest. And you're gonna be aware of your true essence, as I am, the I am, the true self-awareness, everything. I'm very extreme, guys, on this night, but I'm here to tell you guys from my own experience, what I witness, what I do, what I see, and how many people I help. 2026 I made because there's hard time in my life. Why? Because I was not actually have that level of confidence and experience. But guess what? I still experience the best, no matter what happened. And the 3D was so crazy. People tell me I'm stupid. Why make that decision? You're gonna regret it tomorrow. You're gonna suffer from it. Everything. And guess what? I always experience the best. And when I show them, they're quiet. And I say, oh, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is really wrong. Why? Why I experience everything I'm supposed to experience, eventually the rules of society tell you, oh, it's impossible. And that's always that's a part of it. I understand. Like it doesn't matter what people tell you. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter the name. It doesn't matter they work in a bank. It doesn't matter the finance stuff. And people say that all the time. Like a lot of people study finance and business, not successful in business for real. Like that's true. And some guy can be like was homeless and right now open a business and boom success. Oh, luck. It's not luck. It's the power within. It's the focus of it. So like when I take my time to observe everything, I say damn, like, and society rules, it's impossible to experience those things. But the power within don't care about that. The moment you focus on something, you have that experience. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. If you have the courage to focus on what you want to experience, you're gonna have that experience. The courage, because actually you go against society norms. I'm serious, guys. I'm serious. You have to have the courage because people are gonna tell you crazy. I would think that way. Go more simple. Are you okay? I gotta tell you all those things. But that doesn't matter. You're gonna still experience what you want to experience. That's a lot of principle of reality. All right, guys. That was a pleasure, guys. I'm gonna stay for a couple minutes. I'm gonna go at 11, and we're gonna see you on Friday night. We're gonna see Friday night. Friday night, I'm gonna be live, but I'm gonna post up some video, guys. Cause I have a lot of things to do. The weather is very good. The weather is very good. Very good. The weather is very good. All right, guys, I'm gonna go right now. We're gonna see tomorrow. Today's Wednesday, right? Wednesday. I'm gonna be live Thursday and Friday. Yeah, but tonight, no, no live, no live. Busy. I love you all, guys, and remember, guys, you are the best. Remember, know thyself. Because when you know who you are, it's gonna be happiness. It's gonna be happiness, guys. And I'm gonna be the example of it. My YouTube, you're gonna see it. The growth, everything. It's gonna be an explosion of growth. And I've been preparing myself for that, guys. I've been preparing myself. It's gonna be an explosion, like a real explosion. Boom. Yes, I've been preparing my mind to it. Learn. I tell people like in my school, I'm gonna make you learn all the basic. Okay, the basic, guys. Anybody understand the basic of self mastery? Manifest everything can be easy, and the more you're gonna be, you can become normal to be consistent. Before I go, guys, like I take my time, blah blah. We like share, but in the background, I was actually working in my basic principle: control my mind, my emotion, control my mind, my emotion. Long hour meditations as meditation to able to actually control my mind, to able to control my thought, okay, my feeling, because I spent so many here in chaos. I was someone still manifest, but my big issue I have a chaos mind. My mind was in chaos, right? So I spent in a background behind the veil. I was actually someone learned the basic of mastering self, because manifestations is what focus. That's the basic of it. Like let's say example, if someone can have if someone can be in a state the whole day, like probably let's say like someone can be in a state every day in 5 hour every day, be in that state, like okay, let's say example, right? Somebody have like do meditation for 1 hour, right? And the rest of the day, about like the for 5 hours is still doing what doing everything, is still in that same state. They still can maintain that same state after the meditation or after the visualization. After they can still maintain that whole state, that whole focus, that whole being for the rest of the day. Just imagine. Without someone, I was working a lot about myself. A lot, a lot. All right, guys. I love you all, guys. And we're gonna see tomorrow. We're gonna see tomorrow night. I'm gonna be live at night, and we're gonna see on Friday night. I'm gonna post our video, guys. Prepare, and thank you so much for all the support. Thank you so much for everybody who was there, and we're gonna see on a different timeline. Always assume the best because you're the best. Love yourself, guys. Love yourself, okay? Love yourself. Love yourself, okay? Every day. Love yourself. Actually, you have to be your first lover, not in a selfish, egotistic way, in a soul level way. Peace and love.